on had a bit more comfort in uncomfortable situations. And I do think that that has been one of my biggest superpowers, right? Who inspires me? Honestly, I grew up a merchant. So how I answer the question of what and how, I'm a curator, right? And I honestly find inspiration in just about everybody around me. Like, some are inspiring me on what not to do, but much more of who I interact with inspire me on who I want to be or why I want to work with. If I go back to my Lord and Taylor days, there's a woman, Lorraine, who started in 1947, and she worked at the Chanel counter. And, I had one of the most daunting jobs to shut down the Fifth Avenue building. Like, it was like a low point. I walked through the same door that my very career had started from to march into the same room that my first day of work had started, to deliver a message that we were going to close that Fifth Avenue door. And I remember sharing it all, and there was this woman, Lorraine, who very calmly just said, well, just make sure that we can leave with some respect. And, and I walked up to her and I wanted to learn her journey. And, I think about it. Lorraine is one of many people who have inspired me on my journey. There's leaders and there's peers and there's et cetera, but there's the people that touch you in a way that, like, their story and their journey, and it's that personal connection to, we're making really difficult choices and really humanizing the fact that, like, who do these decisions impact? And you know what? It doesn't mean that you don't have to go through with it, but how do you make it human? How do you celebrate it? How do you make sure that you do it in the right way? And Lorraine's challenge to me at that moment changed an approach to how we were going to execute one of the most challenging things. And there was an amazing store leader there, and we were talking, and she started like Superhero Wednesdays, or it might have been Thursdays, but where they all like took the super Superman, Superwoman position, and they all had a moment where they paid tribute to the past and said, you know what, we're all going to be superheroes and make sure that this building can close with the dignity and respect that it deserves. And so those are the types of people and moments that inspire me, and I recently had one here at Hanes where one of the women who runs our plant down in El Salvador, she was explaining to me, she started as one of the sewers. And I was just like, so inspired that I worked for a company that would make something like that happen, because she started in this position and she's now one of the plant managers and runs all of the operations. And she got the education, the drive, the support, and the connectivity. And I think it's, for me, having come from very humble means, I always find the inspiration from people who come from even more humble means than my own and are doing good in the world, or like Lorraine, somebody who's speaking up and championing her truth in a really difficult moment. And for me, I think those are the biggest moments of inspiration for me.